This is podcast Gameoverse, episode 104 for Saturday, May 14, 2022. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick. What's up?
Yo, what is up, everybody? We have a fun show coming up. We just had an Indie World Showcase on the 11th, so we got a few trailers to talk about, a couple things to go over. We're not going to hit everything that was on there, but a few things. But let's start where we always start, man. Tell the people what you've been playing.
I finished Tunic. I'm not going to talk about it other than to say it is the most solid 4 out of 5 that I could ever give. Like
4 out of 5.
4.9. If I could give like a 4.99 repeating, it would be Tunic. It's just a 0.0001 away from being like a perfect 5. It's
Oh, damn.
that game's incredible. It's for me, it's the combat system and the stamina system. It's two Dark Souls, and that's like the
Yeah.
one. It's the one downside I have to the otherwise incredible fucking experience that game is. Uh, Perfect in every other way. And I think a lot of people might enjoy the Dark Soulsy style combat shit, but for me it was a little much. But there is like accessibility options in the game where you can just turn off the stamina shit and you can turn on like no death mode or like invincibility. And I turned that on for the final battle. For the final battle, I was like, "Fuck this." Uh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And yeah, I just was like, I did everything else. I damn near went 100% of that game. I got all the pages of the manual. There's like these like fairies you can find. I got all the fairies, and then there's like some like hidden treasures that you can find. But I didn't do all those. But everything else I did.
Oh, so you're into that game, huh?
Oh yeah. I had a pen and pad here of just like maps drawn out and shit.
Oh,
Like
shit.
it is one of those games where you have to go external and get a paper and pencil and start drawing shit out because yeah, those the end game puzzles are pretty fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
it was fun. Like all that stuff, so much fun. But then there's the combat and it's too Dark Soulsy. So
Yeah, there's like it's hard to get around. If you don't like it, if Dark Souls combat doesn't jive with you, there's not a lot you can do to like change that. That's my problem with a lot of those Souls likes is I don't like the Dark Souls formula too much. So it has to stray away from it quite a bit for me to like get entertained.
yeah.
That's why I like games like Neo 2, Salt and Sanctuary, because they do just enough to like differentiate from it that I fuck with it.
But yeah, solving the game's like final puzzle and getting that last you get the last piece of the manual, which ends up being the first page, and I don't think this is not spoilers telling you like what is like on it and shit because it's not. It's just like a letter from the devs, like thanking you for playing the game, but it's like the first page of the
Oh,
manual, so it's like, hey, thanks for playing, and oh, you did it, but there's more secrets to find and shit like that, and it's like, but then like the music changes, and it's like an end credit, it's like a second end credits without it being like done, like you're still playing the game, but all the music changes and like really like hits a crescendo that's like, oh yeah, this is fucking awesome. Uh, so yeah, Tunic, it's in my top 10. It's a top 10 game all time in
yeah,
my opinion. Yeah,
good
it's just
shit. Check
just
it
that
out then.
the soul stuff just kind of for me it makes it lesser, but it's still everything else makes up for it.
Check it out then. It's on my list. Like it's on Game Pass. I should just try it already.
It's an
Who's been
incredible
playing?
game of the year though.
It
Game
looks
of the
good.
year.
It looks good. And like watching you play it, it looked really good. And I've heard a lot of people say some nice shit about it. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely need to check it out for sure. I haven't been playing a lot recently. Is there anything else you've been playing outside of Tunic that you want to talk about?
That's it. That was it.
That's it.
I've just been doing that every night.
I
Looking
finished Force Unleashed on the Switch. I
nice.
kind of had to force myself to finish it because like that last boss fight was like kind of bullshit. Like the game itself, like the combat's kind of clunky, and the last like part of it, it's like a fun kind of clunky for most of the game. You know, it's got that like old school jank that you kind of put up with. You can kind of learn to like manipulate a little bit. You learn how it works and like how to use it. I can say honestly, I use most of the moves the game gives you. Like, so that's something I could say. I don't rely on like one strategy. I use most of the game gives me, but the combat's very clunky and it is magnified on the very last part of the game because the game gets like really hard. It throws a ton of enemies at you, some very annoying enemies. It throws them like in droves. I I think I died once getting to that point. And when I got to that last level, I must have died like 7, 8 times during that last part of the game. And a lot of it didn't feel like my fault. A lot of it felt like kind of bullshit enemy placement. But I will say I played it start to finish. It's something I didn't think I was gonna do, but I did do it. So
Nice.
for that, it's definitely worth the $20. That's if you can get past that jank, it's worth the $20. But in my opinion, if you're looking for a fun Star Wars game with fun combat, Jedi Academy is the way to go. That's about the same price on Switch. So if you don't own on anything else, that's probably a better investment for a fun game. Um, but I beat that finally. I tried to play the original Force Unleashed on PC, so I kind of compare and contrast. But that PC port runs like shit, so that didn't happen. Um, like it runs very poorly. The frame rate's awful. There's a bunch of audio issues that are super obnoxious. Like I'll swing my lightsaber and you'll hear the vroom, vroom, vroom sound when you're swinging. But when you hit something, that crashing, like sparking sound that they make when they clash with something, that comes like a second after I hit something. It's so weird. And I don't know if the physics have always been this wonky, but the physics are fucking ridiculous. Like nothing makes sense with how it falls, how it moves. I think that's just that PC port though, because I've seen gameplay of it and it doesn't look that bad. So my plan was to beat the Force Unleashed Switch port because it's based on the PS2 and Wii port, and then play the PC version because that's based on like the 360 PS3 version. And kind of compare them and do like a little small segment compare the two of them, but that didn't fucking happen. So
Joker
instead,
says Joker wants to know what you think about the story.
the story's great. It's fun. Like the story's really cool. It's a really cool look at the Force that we've never seen before. Um, because it really does use the Force as like, pardon the pun, like a force of nature, something not to be fucked with. And you really get to see like the extent of it. Like some of the cool shit that we see now that we take for granted in the trilogy was originated from Force Unleashed. Even things like stopping blaster bolts with the Force, that was done in Force Unleashed. So there's a lot of cool shit in there. Plus, I'll be honest, like a lot of stuff was inspired by that directly. Ram Koda losing his eyes, being a Jedi Master, that's that was basically copied wholesale for Rebels, for Star Wars Rebels and Kanan Jarrus's character. So I'm getting into like some nerd shit you probably don't care about, but it's really cool to see like here's stuff that's like common now that we're seeing now that was kind of started in Force Unleashed. There's no way it's fucking canon anymore, but it's still cool to see some of that stuff, and I hope that they can bring back the some of the ideas from it, even maybe just the apprentice character in a way that's fits more in line with the modern canon. I would love to see that. It's never going to happen, but I'd love to see it. Um, After playing that, I kind of just played a couple games here and there. I'm on the very last part of Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm finally like at the end of the game, and I was trying to get like the secret ending on my first playthrough, but some stuff happened I'm not going to spoil. That's going to make that a lot harder to do than it's honestly worth. So I'm not going to do it on my first playthrough. I'm going to get like the law ending on my first playthrough and then start it over and get that secret ending. And for shits and giggles yesterday, I decided to download and play Arkham Knight again because I never
Yeah.
finished it. That's a game I bought all the DLC for, was excited to play, and then I played through it and I was like, I'm not going to finish this game, and I never did. So I give it another shot, and I got to say, the game is not great. um, so here's the thing that's obnoxious about the game, dude. I don't know if I'm just getting old or what, but the game throws so much shit at you. There is constantly just bullshit on the screen all the fucking time. It's overwhelming how much shit there is on screen all the time when you're playing that game. Um, Not just like environmental stuff, but like the heads up display. I feel like the graphics on the game are like too detailed. It's like cluttered. Especially like when it's raining, when there's a lot of heavy rain, you can definitely see it impact the performance of the game. I'm running on a PS4 Pro, and it's not perfect. It runs at like 30 FPS no matter what I do. But before I turned on boost mode, I would notice screen tearing and frame rate drops on like very heavily detailed areas. Boost mode kind of smoothed that out a bit, so it's not a huge problem anymore. But that combined with like the super detailed environment, all the stuff that shows up on the screen from the heads up display, the game's constantly like throwing like button prompts at you. Because honestly, the design of the game isn't very intuitive. I'm going to be blunt here. Like, the game kind of has to tell you what to do and when to do it all the time. And it's very obnoxious having it. But if you turn that shit off, you're not going to know what to fucking do. Because the game can't convey it another way without flat out telling you. Like, you'll see it right here, like, constantly it's telling you, like, circle the fire missile, L1 to exit the Batmobile. Like, it's constantly telling you to do shit.
Yeah.
And that combined with everything else that's there, it's very, very noisy visually. Even the game itself, like the reason I turned it off is I got overwhelmed with it because to get the best ending of the game, which is like the only ending that's not shitty, is to do everything. You have to find all the Riddler trophies, do all the game side quests for all the villains. You have to do pretty much everything in the game to get that. And it's constantly throwing shit at you. It's constantly like, here's a new AR mission, here's a new Riddler trophy, here's another mission that unlocked. It's very overwhelming just how much shit there is to do in the game to the point where it's obnoxious, dude. And it's very rough initially. And it's not until later when the game starts introducing more stuff at you, you start to get the hang of like, because it throws everything at you. It's like, here's the Batmobile, here's the combat, here's this and that. And it's very, very overwhelming initially. But after a while, you start to get the hang of it, figure out how the game plays. It's still very clunky. And honestly, it's kind of weird because I liked Shadow of Mordor. I liked Spider-Man, you know, and that kind of adopted a lot of stuff this game did wholesale. But I like those a lot because it felt more, what's the term I'm looking for, focused on like what it's trying to do and the abilities you have and the actions you can take. And don't even get me started on the Batmobile stuff. Yeah, Joker's saying the Batmobile part's the worst, and I agree. It's very, very obnoxious the way it plays. Um, Honestly, I wasn't having fun with the Batmobile stuff until I unlocked some upgrades to make it more bearable. But even then, I'm not having fun. I'm just getting through the not so fun parts more quickly. So, you know, take that what you will. The Batmobile has the ability to do some pretty cool puzzles, which is one thing the Batman games have always had. These really interesting puzzles, especially with the Riddler stuff. And it's not until later, after the Batmobile's already left a bad taste in your mouth, you start to get to see those puzzles, and there's some pretty cool ones that are like actually really neat and fun to do. And I kind of wish the game had like focused more on that in the beginning because it leaves a very, very bad first impression because it feels so out of place when it introduces the Batmobile. And it almost feels like it's interrupting the flow of the game. And it's not till later, after it's done bringing this in and kind of forcing you to play with it, that it starts introducing actually compelling puzzles and actually compelling gameplay variations with it that you start to feel like the potential for it. Um, I don't know if I'm going
IGN
to
gave
finish
this
it,
a
honestly.
9.2.
Well, IGN can, you know, suck my dick. um, I'm trying to be nicer about it, but the game's not awful. It's not a terrible game, and you can get it pretty cheap now, honestly. But I'm gonna come out and say, here's a hot take, man. I think Batman was at its absolute best with Arkham Asylum
That's not
because
a hot
it
take.
was a
That
lot
is,
smaller.
most people agree with
It's
that.
not a hot take. Okay, good, because it's a lot more focused. Every gadget I remember playing Arkham Asylum. When I got a new gadget, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah! What can I do now? What can I explore now?" It's a much smaller game, you know. It's a lot more condensed. It's a lot more focused. It's a Metroidvania, the first Arkham Asylum, and because of that, you actually get to memorize the island. There are parts where you're like, "I can't go through here." Then you get a tool, and you're like, "Oh, I can go back to this thing and do that." It's the level design for Arkham Asylum is really fucking good, and that's a lot of things people don't like talk about. Is
Yeah.
people just don't want to talk about Arkham City and how big it is and all this cool stuff you can do, which is fine. But I like the more focused, condensed experiences I'm going to remember. You know, I'm not going to remember every fucking side mission in Arkham Knight. I hardly remember every mission in Arkham City. But I remember Arkham Asylum getting the fucking line launcher, which is like useless in the later games. You never use it. And now I'm like, oh cool, this opens up my like explorability like tenfold getting that line launcher. Remember how excited I was when I got it in Arkham Asylum. So I might go back and play that honestly. I want to finish Arkham Knight because I finished all the other Arkham games except for Origin. So I want to just finish this to like see what the story is. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it honestly. I mean, I bought the game and all the DLC. I should, but god damn it, I don't know if I'll have time to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to have fun with it a little bit towards the last like. I played the game for about like 2-3 hours yesterday, and I started to have a little bit of fun with it in the last like 45 minutes. So maybe I'm at this point where like the game's gonna be a steady, fun pace. But yeah, it's not a great game. It's
Yeah.
definitely the weakest in the trilogy, in my opinion. It's the weakest of the trilogy. I don't know. I'll probably have a more opinion on it next week because I never finished it. But that's all I've been playing. I've been playing a lot lately. The big thing I'm waiting for is the new Monster Hunter expansion. You know, they just released a new video on that. I'm super
Yeah.
excited for some of the shit that they're announcing on it. I can't wait till June when that drops. That's gonna be like my obsession forever when that comes out. Speaking of Nintendo stuff, we had the Indie World Showcase back on May 11th. We got quite a few games to talk about, quite a few things to look at. The first thing they kicked off with was Ooblets. It's a very cute trailer where you kind of collect pets that dance and farm. It's a
Yeah.
pretty cute looking game. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I saw the trailer and it looks really cute. Kind of reminds me of like Viva Pinata a little bit,
Yeah. A little
mixed
bit
with
of
like
Viva
Harvest
Pinata,
Moon.
a little bit of Animal Crossing, I think, and just
Yeah,
yeah, it just looks like a fun little life sim style game.
yeah. It looks like it's got card mechanics though. Wasabi, is that gonna turn you off?
No, it's just like the dance battle thing. You use like cards, I guess, to yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the point of the game is. It seems like you just run around and fuck around with little creatures and townspeople and shit.
I mean, that's fun. That's
Yeah,
fun. There's an audience for that.
build a house and customize your clothing and shit. It's like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, there's an audience for that. Like, It's not my cup of tea. As people love it. My wife loves Animal Crossing. I
Yeah.
played it like exactly twice. Actually, 3 times, 2 times with her. And I had fun playing it with her. She had fun playing it a lot. So there's definitely an audience for this type of game. Um, Next game that looks more interesting to me is Bactora Lost Heaven or Lost Haven. My bad. I've never heard of this game before. You put in the notes it finally got a release date. Has this been a game you've been excited for? Because I don't think I've heard of this.
No, I never heard of this either.
It looks pretty dope though. It's got this like it looks like a Zelda like, but with some action RPG elements.
Uh, okay. I didn't get that from it, but
Well, there's like puzzles and stuff you can solve in the game.
yeah.
And it's got this like hack and slash twin stick shooter style. And it's got what looks like a cooldown bar, which kind of gives me like this like ARPG vibe. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. It just throwing a bunch of stuff at me, but it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Like I think I'd be into this.
I see the ARPG stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, it does just look like a little like puzzle action RPG. Yeah, it looks
Which I would
interesting.
be into.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. Like there's a lot here that I like. It's definitely got some of the most gameplay of like all the other trailers we saw. A lot of the other trailers don't show off too much gameplay.
Yeah.
Some of the other games that we have here on this list. But this shows off some pretty cool shit. Like I think I'm into this. Like I might check this out once that finally drops. This was at the Indie World Showcase, so all these games are going to be on Nintendo Switch, but they're available on other consoles like Batora. You can wish list on Steam right now. I think you can get it on PS4 and Xbox as well.
It's
I'm
probably
not going
how
to show
you
you
would
that
want
in
to
this.
play this.
Yeah, it's probably how you want to play it, honestly. Um, we also got a Leckhead, which is a 2D puzzle platformer. I'm gonna come out and say this looks pretty charming. Like I think I like
I
this.
played this. I played this in the Steam demo derby.
Yes, I remember. What'd you think of it?
It's really cool. It's a puzzle platformer where they play with electricity and like contact uh a lot. So you solve some of the puzzles by touching things and that'll activate certain things because you're electrically charged. So you'll touch a platform and make it move or you can like detach your head and throw it and solve puzzles that way.
Oh
It's
yeah, I saw that. And your head's the one that conducts the electricity, so you can drop your head somewhere, power something up, and
yeah,
move your body through it. Yeah, I have seen this. It looks cool.
it's really cool.
Yeah, this looks neat. Like I like me a good puzzle platformer, and pixel graphics are nice. The music's fucking dope. Just from the trailer alone, this music's excellent. Like I'm a sucker for like really good chip tune music, and this is doing it. This is really good chip tune. So I'll probably check that out. This would be a perfect Switch game, honestly.
Yeah. And after that, they showed a game called Soundfall, which is a fucking. I've seen this game before. It's a it's a rhythm Diablo like, and you put rhythm in anything, and I'm already in. But you put Diablo in something, and I'm double in. So this game's already been out on PC for a little bit, and it's like on sale right now for like $15 or something like
I've
that.
never heard of this game, but it looks dope. This is such
Yeah,
a cool combination of things. Rhythm is such a cool thing that can be introduced in so many different genres. Like I'm surprised people aren't experimenting with it more. I mean, it's cool that we're seeing it now, but this looks cool, dude. Like an ARPG with like rhythm elements. I'm into it.
yeah. So it's already out on Steam. I might like pick it up pretty
Yeah, I
soon.
might pick this up too. It's got co-op.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, the song in the trailer slaps. Like I'm into this.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The music has to be good, or else it ain't gonna
Yeah,
hit.
music has to be really good.
Yeah.
I like this so far. It's really loud. It's got a bunch of bass to it. This looks dope. Okay, I'm into this. It's available now. I might check this out. I got my boss gave me a $20 gift card for
Nice.
winning some contest at work, so I might check this out.
I made $40
Wild
on Luna,
Frost.
so I can
There you go.
definitely.
Wild Frost is the next game. It's a frosty tactical roguelike card builder game. Lets you battle wave after wave of monsters. So I'm not a big card collector game kind of guy.
Yeah.
So already it's like not entirely my cup of tea. But the concept is pretty neat. It's like a horde based, not quite like tower defense, but this could be something interesting. It's not entirely hitting me. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of just the card aesthetic, but I can see like this being some people's obsession.
It looks a little bit like Darkest Dungeon, but with cards instead of uh, a little bit more like customability with like the
Yeah.
card system.
It's funny because like you think I would like card based games because they offer definitely the most customization, how you could like play in your loadout. And I love shit like
Yeah.
that. But I don't know what it is about like cards that just doesn't jive with me. It's weird. It's weird. And I don't totally hate card based games. Like I think Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is one of my favorite games, and people give that game too much shit for no reason. And the card based stuff is like my favorite part of that game. So I don't know. Maybe it depends on how it's implemented. But this looks neat, honestly. I'll probably watch reviews on it. It'll be out later this holiday, so I might check out some reviews, see how I feel about it. Maybe I'll warm up to it later. Next is Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. So I've never played this game, but I've seen it. Is this like a meme game? Like, is there any actual like game to this?
No, there is a game. Yeah. It's I mean, it's a game, but you can also go into like the sandbox mode and just play it like you do. Like they use the analogy like just fucking around with your action figures as a kid and having battles. It's kind of like that, but also there's a game part to it where they'll set up scenarios and you have to distribute a certain amount. They'll give you a certain amount you can distribute. So like, hey, you can put this many units, and you have to like battle a thing, and you just have to like survive it. So with whatever limited resources you get. So it's like one of those where
Okay, so it's kind of like a puzzle game almost then,
yeah, yeah,
with like when to lay down your resources and not to
yeah,
use them.
yeah,
Okay, then I can see the appeal of it because the only thing I've seen on it is like people fucking around in the sandbox, you know.
yeah. Which yeah, it's fun to do that, but yeah, there was a game there too, and it's
Okay.
like I think they announced here, which I didn't know this had, but there's like a PvP mode where you can have like two players battling each other. Uh,
Is that where to work? It's not an RTS, right? Like,
um, not not really, but like I guess it's the same thing where you both have like a limited amount of resources to set up your side of the army, and whoever survives is the winner, I guess.
interesting. I might check it out.
Yeah.
Not on Switch, on Steam. It's like fucking. I
The
don't know how this
new
is gonna
there's a
run well on
sequel. It
Switch. If I'm
just
being
came out
honest
in
with you.
early access on Steam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That might be cool then. I might check it out. Next, this game's got me really excited. Gunbrella. It's a side-scrolling 2D like noir punk western action adventure game. Reminds me a lot of like Mega Man, with like
yeah. These
this
these are the guys that
western
made the
noir punk
game
look,
Gato Roboto.
which looked good. Like I never got a chance to play it, but Gato
Yeah.
Roboto, I don't know how to pronounce it. Looked really cool.
Yeah.
That game was definitely on my list. I really want to check out. But this game, Gunbrella, it looks neat. Like I like some of the ways it uses the umbrella. You can use it to block shots. There's a point where he's using it as like like a zip line. It looks really neat. Like I like what this game's doing so far, and it looks like it's
Yeah.
really a really tight, fun platformer. I love me like 2D platform shooters. Mega Man's, Contras, Metal Slugs. I love those. And this game leans more towards like the Mega Man side of it. It looks like, and I'm okay with that. I love me some Mega Man. Like this looks really fun. I could see myself
Yeah.
having a lot of fun with this. This game is coming to Nintendo Switch later next year, so we're still a ways away from it. But honestly, I'm pretty excited for this, for what I'm seeing so far. Like this looks like a lot of fun. Like this game looks right up my alley.
Yeah.
And next, you have the music biopic narrative set in downtown LA. We Are OFK
Yeah.
is coming to Nintendo Switch this summer.
So I did a little bit of research on this.
Yeah,
OFK is like a digital band,
yeah.
and I was like, okay, do they have like anything out? Like, what's they got a game already? They must be popping, but no, they've got like one song out that they did last year at the Game Awards,
Yeah,
and like that's
follow
it.
unfollow. I heard it this morning. It's like, okay.
Yeah, not even that great, but so I was like, oh okay, I was like curious as to like who the fuck, because I thought they were like a big band. I was like popping. I just didn't know about them. But no, I guess whoever is in charge of the band is also making the game about the band. So they're making their own game.
Which interesting way to promote your band with an indie game, but
Yeah,
I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of crossover. I don't think there's a lot of crossover with those two mediums. Maybe people who play video games will play this game and like, oh, I'll check out their music. But I
yeah.
doubt people who listen to their music are gonna check out their game. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're a digital band, you exist in this like digital medium. So to that degree it makes sense, but I don't know if the game like offers some like backstory on the characters and the band members, then it could be
To
cool
start
if
with, that is kind of ballsy though. Like, I could see that working for like bigger bands. Like
yeah.
Gorillaz, for example, at
Well,
the
what they're
peak of their
saying is
popularity.
the game is like an EP or some shit where like each week a new song comes out that's a part of the game.
Okay.
So like the game's like episodic where like each week they're putting out a new song or some shit like that. They explained it in this thing, but I was like, oh, that's interesting and weird and
Interesting gamble. Let's see if it pays off. I mean,
yeah,
the song that they put out, it's not a bad song, but it's not like great. It's kind of a chill groove.
it's a
I don't
bad
know.
song.
We'll see what they do. I
It's a
don't think
bad
it's
song.
bad. It's better than anything I can put out, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm nice. I don't like to like shit talk people. That's not true. I shit talk a lot of people, but when it comes to music, I don't know enough about music to like really critique it. Like I've joked around before. I learned to play guitar in high school so I could like get laid, and it didn't work. So
Yeah.
that's the extent of like my musical experience.
That
I don't know.
that
We'll see
new
what they do
that
with
new
this.
Kendrick is out.
The new what?
Uh Kendrick dropped his album on Friday, yesterday,
Oh, did he? Is it good?
and it's it's amazing.
Yeah.
Um yeah, it's different though. It's
Different. I'll
different,
check it out.
but it's like incredible. The first song alone, you're like, dude, I teared up. I started crying. I was like, this is crazy.
Shit, man. All right, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. My wife's
Yeah,
into Kendrick, so is my brother, so I might hit them up, see
it's
what they think
pretty
about it.
powerful shit.
I'll check it out. Next we got Silt. Pronounce that right? Silt.
Yeah,
It's a hand-drawn ocean puzzle adventure game where you can possess sea creatures. Off the bat, like It's got a very interesting art style. Kind of reminds me of Limbo a little bit.
Yeah, but all the creatures kind of are like, I don't know, they have like this like horror aesthetic almost. Like everything's spooky and eerie a little, real
Yeah, that's why it's
unsettling.
got this like. Again, that's why I was saying it's got this like kind of limbo look to it. It kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of what was that game? There was a game that came out a little while ago. Ugh, can't remember. It's like a 2D horror game. I backed it on Kickstarter like forever ago. Fuck, what was it called? Never Ending Nightmares. Have you ever seen Never Ending Nightmares? It looks like that,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but like underwater. Which Never Ending Nightmares is pretty solid game. I backed it forever ago on Kickstarter. Pretty solid. It does what it sets out to do. I'll leave it at that. But this looks really interesting. It's got this like underwater like horror element to it that I really like. Water's fucking scary, dude. The open ocean's fucking scary. Like,
yeah.
and this is really neat the way it's like portraying it. I'm into this. I kind of dig this. I don't think it's the kind of game I'd go out and buy, but this is on Game Pass. I would definitely play through it. But that's set to drop later this June, so you can check that out. I honestly don't know why you buy this on Switch, but more power to you if you want to do that. Can you imagine playing this game on the bus? Like,
I mean, I've seen people doing worse things on the bus. So
Jesus. Next, we got a trailer for Mini Motorways, a puzzle game where you design highways and try to control the city. That's available on Switch as of now. Interesting style here. Not my
yeah,
cup of tea, but I can definitely see the appeal to this.
yeah. I don't have much to say about it. It looks like a puzzle game. It looks like those
Yeah,
like
just that.
I've seen this a lot with those like plane ones. There's like ones you control like the flow of traffic for jets.
Oh yeah,
That's what this reminds me of.
yeah, yeah. I can definitely see that. Like an air traffic control game, but highway traffic.
Yeah,
Interesting. Interesting. Moving on, we got Wayward Strand. It's a narrative game set in 1970s Australia, where everything unfolds at the same time in real time. That's set to launch July 21st. This game looks interesting. Like, and I know I say that about like everything that we see, but I like the idea that it plays out in real time. That's really neat. I don't see a lot of games really trying to do that. And the art style is interesting too. It looks kind of like a storybook, like a kid's book.
yeah,
Like there's a lot here that could be super interesting. The trailer's kind of brief, doesn't really show off a lot of the game, other than like what the game's gonna look like and play like. But what kind of story is this? Is this like a mystery, like a horror game? I don't adventure game. I'm not entirely sure what I'm seeing here.
yeah. Not sure.
But I like the idea everything plays out in real time. So you can go through like one playthrough of the game, focus on one thing, play it again, focus on something else, get like a full story around it. It's pretty neat. I like that concept. I kind of wish more games would incorporate stuff like that, but we'll see what this game does when that comes out July 21st. Next, we got Cult of the Lamb. It's a procedurally generated game coming to Switch later this year. We've actually talked about this game a couple times, and it looks interesting. just the gameplay alone, like it's got this really cutesy like style to it, but it's dealing with like weird, darker elements like cults and demons. So
Yeah.
very interesting. And the gameplay is like a procedurally generated dungeon crawler slash like town building game, almost like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the town building part. I don't really.
Me neither. Me neither. The dungeon crawling looks pretty solid though.
Yeah.
Reminds me a bit of like Enter the Gungeon cross with like Hades. I mean, we'll see when that comes out. That still not set to drop until like what, July? No, later this year. Wayward
Yeah.
Strand comes out July. So this, I'm not entirely sure about it. I'm not sold on it, but I'm not like totally cold on it either. So I want to see some more stuff come out with it. Maybe see a review. But it looks interesting. A lot of stuff Devolver puts out is either hit and miss. So we'll see if this is a hit when that comes out. And then we got another Crab's Treasure, which I actually saw a lot of this online. I don't know where the obsession is with this game, but
But
it's a Souls-like
it
adventure
looks
game where you play as a
incredible.
crab.
It looks incredible. Um,
It looks cool, but like, what does it do differently from like other than being a crab?
well, because it looks like a. It looks.
Oh,
It
it's got all this platforming stuff too.
yeah.
Hold
It
on.
presents itself as like a 3D platformer, like a Mario game, but it's a Souls like as well, and you're a crab, and it just looks fucking dope.
Okay, now that I'm seeing, I never saw the trailer. I just keep hearing people like
Oh no,
talking
yeah,
about it online. I haven't had a chance to look anything up yet. This looks
yeah,
interesting.
it
Okay,
looks
this looks
awesome.
cool. I like the graphics of the game so far. Like it's very colorful and it's got this very detailed. It has this low poly look, but it kind of works for the game. You know what I mean? It's almost cartoony.
Yeah,
Okay, this looks cool. I might check this out. Don't let Indie World fool you. This is also coming to Switch, or also coming to Steam.
yeah.
But honestly, I think this will run fine on Switch. It doesn't look too technically demanding. We got to look at a couple other games that are kind of shown off towards the end of presentation. We got One Shot World Machine Edition, Given Beyond the Trees, Idle Manager, Card Shark, Curse to Golf, A Guidebook to Babel, and Opus, Echo of Star Song. They all get showed off a little bit pretty quickly here at the end of the showcase. Honestly, don't know why they didn't get more attention. Card Shark looks very interesting, and I'm not a card fan. I'm liking the way this looks. The art style looks really neat. Curse the Golf is another one that looks really cool. It's kind of reminds you of like the Kirby golf game, but with more mechanics to it. So I'm into that. There's a lot of cool, interesting stuff here that I kind of wish got more attention earlier in the showcase, but whatever.
Last one they showed the Opus game. I'm like, you cannot show this for fucking 10 seconds and not explain. Uh, that shit looks crazy. That one's
Yeah,
out
Opus
already.
looks insane. That's out already?
Yeah,
Shit, that should have got more attention. That looks insane. What is that? Is it like an adventure game?
no idea, no idea.
Moving on, we got some quickie news. We got a Call of Duty Project Aurora. So it's a code name for their new mobile title.
Yeah. So right now there are 3 Call of Duty games in development, right?
Oh shit,
Uh,
really?
there's Modern Warfare 2 that was just announced
Right.
officially. Then I think they're making another. Uh, I think they're making this one's another battle royale. This new one, Project Aurora, is a mobile battle royale. I guess to compete with like Apex and Fortnite on mostly Apex now at this point, but on mobile, even though the current game, Call of Duty mobile game, already has a battle royale and a zombie mode in it.
Jesus.
But I guess this is just straight up battle royale in the style of, I guess with Modern Warfare physics, and like on like a new map, I guess Verdansk.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Verdansk.
No idea.
Okay.
No idea.
um, and then yeah, I think there's like another Call of Duty, um, Warzone thing happening as well. But that's all they
Wasn't
said
there like
of
some
this.
kaiju thing going on with like Warzone right now? We can
Yeah,
see like King Kong, Godzilla fighting.
yeah. There's a kaiju thing going on now, so that's happening. I haven't touched Call of Duty in quite
Dude, same.
some time, so
Dude, same. Anytime Call of Duty pops up on like my feed, it's like noise to me. I don't
what
care.
I do know is that their mobile game is extremely successful, and it's not bad. It's not bad.
I
So
heard it's pretty solid. I heard it's very well polished for a mobile
yeah,
game.
um, it's just like everyone in that game is a fucking bot or dumb. So
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
know
be
in between.
you're gonna feel very good about yourself playing that game because you're gonna be on the top of the leaderboards, getting the 1,000-0 kill streak ratio, kill death ratio. It's fucking stupid. Uh, but yeah, other than that, like this Project Aurora thing is invite only, so
Yeah.
they're not.
So keep an eye open
Yes,
for that. If you're like a huge Call of Duty fan, chances are you might have an invite in your inbox
yeah.
already.
I would assume
Um,
if you play the mobile game, they'll invite you to this. So
that's what I'm assuming too. Or at least if you show a consistent play, that'll get you an invite. Moving on, and then some other news. This got me really excited. Dead Space, the new Dead Space remake, finally has an official launch date of January 27th for
yeah,
PS5, Series XS, and PC. So it is a current gen game. It's not coming out on anything last gen. So that's got me interesting. So finally, we're starting to see like major games releasing for current gen systems. So that's kind of compelling me to upgrade a little bit.
yeah.
But honestly, my PC can handle this. So
3 years later, we'll finally get some games
yeah,
for.
finally, finally.
Isn't that
Even some
crazy?
games that were announced, that is crazy, dude. Even the games that were announced like aren't exclusive. Like,
Yeah,
look at God of War Ragnarok. That's dropping on PS4 too, right? Like,
yeah. But wasn't that like delayed, or was it not? Was it coming out this year?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't think it's coming out this year, but that's what I'm talking about though. Like, we're finally starting to see like these exclusive games to this generation only took like 3 years. Granted, a bunch of shit happened in between,
Yeah, yeah,
a worldwide pandemic and chip shortage and a labor shortage and a bunch of other shit. Um, but this looks cool. I'm really excited for this Dead Space remake. I got into Dead Space pretty late in life. Like I got into Dead Space like right before EA dissolved. What was it, Vicarious Visions? Are they the ones who made it?
yeah.
Like literally like right before they dissolved them. Like I beat Dead Space. I was playing through all the Dead Space games back to back because I got them on sale and I loved them. And I was like in the middle of Dead Space 3 when Vicarious Visions got
I think it was
dissolved.
Motive. Was it Motive?
Was it? I don't remember. Who fucking made Dead Space? I don't think it was Vicarious Visions that I say it out loud. It's gonna bug me.
I never
Visceral.
played
It was Visceral
Visceral.
Games. I knew it started with the V. Yeah, Visceral. You never played Dead Space?
I played it, but I didn't play it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, I played it. The first Dead Space. I got it on PC. It ran like shit, so I had to download some patches to make it work. Um, but I played through that on PC, and dude, it fucking that game grabbed me and did not let me go. I fell in love with that franchise playing that first game. Everything about the first Dead Space is really good, dude. The enemy placement, the music, the sound design. Oh my god, it does so much to like freak you out, make you nervous. It's a bit more action focused than most horror games. So depending on the type of horror games you like, if you like Resident Evil 2, but you want to turn the puzzles down, turn the combat up a little bit, that's the first Dead Space, honestly. And it's solid. It's still very good. I booted it up. Oh, I think I want to say like when they announced they were remaking it, I booted up the first game again and played it for a little bit. And it's still pretty solid. So I'm excited to see what they do with this. But they haven't shown off too much. They had some developer diaries where they were showing off some of the new tech that they're working with. And they showed off some really cool stuff that they're going to be changing how Isaac like breathes and reacts to the environment, depending on how like if he's injured or out of stamina, like it all changes his voice inflection. So that's really cool. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm excited for this, dude. I'm probably gonna pick this up January 27th. Actually take that back. I'm gonna wait for reviews because EA's been fucking up lately. So I'm gonna wait and see what the reviews say before I pick it up. But I'm definitely excited for this one.
Yeah.
Hesitant, but still excited. Um, we got EA Sports FC, which this is a new football game, like
So what's happening
worldwide football,
is
soccer.
their EA is dropping FIFA
Yeah,
because they don't want to pay the, I don't know, whatever $1 billion licensing fee that FIFA wants to just have their name on the box. Basically, because all you get with FIFA is like you get the name on the box and you get the World Cup shit, which is pretty
yeah,
big, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how big that is, but it could be pretty big.
it could be.
Um,
The thing is that like soccer or football still in literally the rest of the world is very, very big. It's the most
yeah,
popular sport in the world. So there's
yeah.
more to it than just like FIFA. Like,
That's the thing. So what they're doing is they're individually licensing every. Which they had to do anyway. It was they had to individually license every league or every like football club to be in the game. So they're still doing that. Pretty much everything else is going to be in the game except the FIFA shit, which
yeah,
is like the FIFA name and I guess the World Cup, which is pretty big. But I guess they're thinking that they can get away with making the same shitty game, which they assure people that it will still be the same shitty game, just with a different name. So they're doing that.
yeah, yeah. I've never been a fan of like EA Sports games. Just for that
Yeah,
reason, it's the same game every fucking year.
yeah.
I'm not a big sports fan in general, so it's kind of whatever.
They're doing one more FIFA game, the last FIFA game this year, and then
Yeah.
next year they're doing their EA Sports FC games. And FIFA said that they're going to be making their own sports or football games with
Well, good
third-party
luck.
developers.
Oh, good luck. Like, I think they're severely underestimating how hard it is to make a game. Um,
Yeah,
I'm gonna call
because
it that first like post EA FIFA game is gonna be fucking trash. I'm calling that now.
the EA ones are going to be trash because we already know they're trash, and they said they're going to continue to be trash. So, um, but that's what I'm curious about is like, okay, if FIFA does like make their own games, what's are people going to care? Is what I'm saying because people already fucking love these shitty EA games. And the only
Yeah,
reason they play them is because there's no competition. So I think the only competition
I
they did
feel
have
like
was Konami.
yeah, and I feel like FIFA is such like a big name with football games that I mean, once that like I feel like when FIFA comes out, the average consumer's not gonna know that EA is not attached to it anymore. You're just gonna see
Yeah,
FIFA and be like, oh, the new FIFA game's out. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But
Like the brand recognition's already there. I don't think people really care who makes it, as long as
yeah.
the name's there.
And I think the FIFA guys also said that they're gonna be making like more sillier arcadey games with the FIFA name too. So they're gonna have
Oh,
like
that'd be
sim
cool.
games. They're gonna have arcadey stuff. Yeah. So I'm curious.
That'd be cool to see.
This is the first time EA has not had the FIFA license in like 20, 30 years. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, that's what they said. After nearly 30 years of creating genre defining, so it's been like fucking quite some time. My
Yeah.
entire existence on this planet they've had FIFA. So
Same. Same. So
it's it
this is some shit, dude. I mean, we'll see what happens with it, but
yeah.
I doubt it's gonna make a difference, honestly. I feel like again, the average consumer doesn't know. I feel like if we stand outside like a GameStop or something, people go to pick up a new FIFA when that last FIFA game drops. If we ask people like who made this game, they wouldn't be able to tell you. I really think so. Like,
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't think it's gonna
curious though.
matter.
Maybe they do end up getting a better product out of it in terms of just
Maybe.
yeah, this is a good game. But yeah, EA is dead to me. I'm curious what FIFA brings.
And we'll see. It's either gonna be like it's either gonna be I think it's gonna be either a really good game that's a huge improvement over what FIFA's doing, or it's gonna be fucking trash. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, you can't just make a game. Like, you can't just be like game. Like, there's so much work that goes into making a game
yeah.
that,
My
and it's all being done by third party devs. They're being contracted to make this. Oh, I don't know. It
well,
sounds like it's gonna be a really rocky
if I
development.
really if I was really I know Konami's doing their own stupid shit too, but they could Konami what used to be the guys, you know what I mean? Konami used to be the motherfuckers because they had PES, they had Pro
Yeah,
Evolution, so and I know they have their own other football club game now too. But if they went to Konami, they'd be like the next logical step. Like, well, if EA doesn't do it, Konami because they've been the other guys. But I don't know. If not them, then if it is some like unknown fucking third party dev, then it could go either
how long is it
way.
gonna take to put that together? I mean, we're not gonna see that shit next year. There's no
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
It's going to be a couple years, and with if EA Sports FC is going to be the EA's next thing. The way EA puts shit out, I would not be surprised if this year FIFA, next year it's FC.
yeah.
They get that market advantage with FC for the first couple years. Or how many people are going to hold out for FIFA? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I don't know why I'm talking about this so much. This is not my world at all. But
It's
I mean,
not,
it's
but I
fun to
like
like theorize about. It's fun to theorize about. It's fun to like talk
the
about it from more of
business
an industry
aspect of it.
standpoint. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens with this. Honestly, more power to them. Anytime EA gets taken down a peg, I'm up. I'm up for it. So I hope in a perfect world, FIFA will make their own game that's gonna like trounce whatever EA is gonna put out with their rush development cycles and yearly release bullshit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. In other news, Redfall and Starfield from Bethesda both got delayed to 2023. Starfield needs no introduction. Redfall, if you guys remember, was that like vampire Left 4 Dead style multiplayer game that was announced
yeah,
what was it, like last year?
yeah.
It didn't even have any gameplay. It was like a trailer, like a
This
like
is
a
such
like
a
a
bummer.
story trailer.
Uh,
Yeah, It's a bummer.
Starfield
I was
was
really
was the
excited for
Starfield
Starfield.
was the one game, man. It was the one game I was like, at least I have this. uh, like it was the one game that I could like be excited for, and it's not. It's delayed now. Now I have to wait even longer.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was really excited for Starfield to see what it brings to the table, and then I gotta wait another year. I mean, we'll see when it comes out. Honestly, if the game gets delayed, I'd rather it get delayed and fucking work when it comes out, but we'll see.
I guess, but I mean, if it, I don't know. I feel like what are they gonna do to it? You know,
Look
it's
at
not like they can.
Cyberpunk, man. Like,
Yeah, I feel because well they everything they've been putting out made it seem like oh everything's fine. Like they've been putting out those little like dev docs about yeah well here's the audio design, here's the world design, here's a little bit of lore.
there
Um,
hasn't been any gameplay though. I haven't
no
seen any
gameplay,
gameplay
but
on it.
they haven't even fucked with the idea that it could be delayed or anything. They've been like steadfast, like just yeah everything's fine. But now oh, you know what? We're just gonna delay it real quick. Uh, I don't know. I
I
just
wonder if
felt
it's
like the
because they have a
delay
lot on
came
their
out of
plate.
nowhere.
Because they got because Bethesda's working on. They got this. They got Redfall. They got the new Elder Scrolls. Like,
Well, they've got other studios. They're not working on like Arcane is working on Redfall, and they're only working on Starfield. I don't think they're doing Elder Scrolls at the same time. Obsidian's doing a lot of shit at the same time.
they got
Obsidian's
a
got
lot of shit. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm excited to see what Obsidian puts out. Honestly,
yeah.
with they got that new like Elder Scrolls like right. They announced a while back.
They
What
got
was it? You know what I'm
Avowed.
talking about?
They've got the sequel
Yeah,
to Outer Worlds.
which was like okay.
Yeah. They've got what's it called? Grounded. Obsidian's doing too.
Grounded's great. Oh man, we got to play Grounded again. I had so much fun with Grounded.
Yeah.
And we'll see what comes out of this delay, man. Like, it sucks. There's nothing we can do to change it. It fucking sucks,
Yeah.
though. Um, this sucks. And I know there's gonna be someone in the comments like, "Well, Shigeru Miyamoto said I don't care. I can still be upset." Like, there are kids in Africa who don't know what a video game is, but I don't think about it. So I know it could be worse, but it could be better too. So shut up. Um, so we got some new trailers to look at. Gotham Knights had an
yeah.
official Nightwing and Red Hood gameplay demo.
Um so this game looks uh it looks both bad and good at the same time. And not like good,
Yeah,
but just like okay good. Like better than Avengers good, but still not as good as you would want it to be. Like first of all, the um the Red Hood gameplay looks fucking terrible. He looks so bad to play as. I don't know if they just gave it to like a 15-year-old and it was like, "Hey, play this for the first time and we're going to record you and you don't get any second chances, so whatever you fuck up is going in." And it just looks like whoever was playing it had no idea what the fuck they were doing. They were just getting pummeled on by the enemies. You're like, "I want to see what it looks like with someone who knows what they're doing." Uh that Red
it's
Hood
that, but
gameplay.
like the Arkham games, like throw a ton of guys at you, and that's the appeal of the Arkham games. It's you versus like all these dudes, and you just fucking rough them up. But this, it's a couple dudes, and they're super spongy. They're taking hits like crazy. Like, like that. That's not Batman. Batman's like his whole thing is like I'm gonna take out a bunch of fucking dudes. I'm gonna take them all out quickly and efficiently. Not like four like sponges just soak up all my punches.
Yeah.
And I know
It's
where this is coming from. This is coming from the fucking like games as a service model they're trying to do. They're trying to make this a live game.
Yeah.
So that's what it's coming from. It's coming from these spongy enemies that, oh, you don't want them to be spongy, you better upgrade your gear.
Yeah, and they do show the upgrade menu or the stats menu and the equipment shit. And you're like, oh my god, this looks so fucking stupid. I don't like as soon as they showed this, I was like, video games of this is it, man. We've reached peak video game here. Like I don't know. It's like this shit, this menu is just so fucking garbage, man. I mean, at least it looks like when you put this stuff on, your look actually change. Like you can see it. Whereas in Avengers, you could not. Whatever you equipped just did not appear in your character. So at
Even
least
when
like
it did,
this,
it was like super minor stuff. Like
yeah,
I hate this idea of like this gear system is so annoying because one of the things I love about the Batman Arkham games is that the alternative costumes go through all of this like Batman history, right? So like you can pick the costume you want to wear from like your favorite Batman incarnation, and there's like a history behind that costume. Like that's like part that for me, that's part of the fun as a fan of Batman. But this, it's like, oh, it's all random equipment with random stats. And there's some stuff that looks cool, but there's no like lore behind some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just
yeah.
equipment. It's random equipment, and I hate that.
I just feel like the time for this game has already passed. Like
Yeah, same.
this game just is coming out. It's like remember when everyone was making survival games and then
Yeah.
that whole thing came and went, and then Metal Gear Survive came out, and you're like, "Hey guys, I think you kind of missed the bus on this one."
Yeah,
Uh,
this is doing the same thing with these
yeah,
like live games.
yeah,
And the worst part is this is even being developed by Rocksteady, right? This is like another developer. Rocksteady's working on the Kill the Justice League game, the
yeah,
Suicide Squad game.
yeah. Yeah,
Ugh,
and
this
it's
is I'm not excited for this at all. Like
but like the actual
this
game
doesn't
looks okay though. That's the thing. Like the game itself looks okay. Like the game itself
look
looks like a
about
video game.
11 minutes in when he's fighting these like guys. They just take so many hits. Like it's like ridiculous. And then this boss here with like the shield, again, he's
No,
taking
okay,
so
so
many hits.
that's what
Like
I was. No, I think that's because whoever's playing this Red Hood is like bad, or like I don't know. It just looks like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I was watching this and I was like, why is this guy like not? It just looks so bad. I don't know. He like stands around or like doesn't like shoot or I'm like, what? Why is this guy playing this way? Um, he's getting pummeled on by the fucking bad guy. Like, when I just want to see like, show me everything this character can do. Don't like get your ass whooped. Uh, and then he like uses some like
yeah.
red dust shit that like tanks the frame rate. Like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is
dude,
going
that was
on?
so bad. I saw that and I was like, why are the performance issues in this? Like, supposed to show off your game. Why you got performance issues? And you're like, you could edit that shit out, dude. Why you gotta show that off?
Yeah, I don't know.
And
The
it's
Red
not, there's some
Hood.
cool stuff here. Like there's some cool ideas here. The idea of playing as like the whole Bat family. Because I think like they showed off Red Hood and Nightwing, but like Batgirl's gonna be playable, Robin's gonna be playable. Like there's some cool shit here. And so far I'm calling it the live service stuff is what's holding it down, dude. Like
Yeah.
that's holding it back.
And he tries to shoot the. I keep clowning on whoever's playing this is like fucking bad, dude. But when he does like his ultimate thing where he sticks a bomb to his back and he goes to try to shoot it and he fucking misses. Or like
Yeah, I saw that too. It's
I'm like,
so
come
bad.
on, dude. Like I like it's you're supposed to be giving like a demonstration of how badass your game is, but you're bad at your own game. It's just I don't know. It was bad to watch this. I was like, this is not.
Yeah,
Um,
this did nothing to get me excited for this game, like at all.
yeah,
I fucking love Nightwing. I fucking love Red Hood. I think they're cool characters, but this did nothing to get me excited for the game or to play as them. Oh my god, this looks so bad. You know what looks good though? Lego Brawls, our next
yeah,
trailer. This looks incredible, dude. Incredible. Like a Smash Brothers style, like Lego Brawler. I'm into it, dude. You can make your own character too. Fuck yes.
yeah. It is like it is brawler season out here, man. Like everyone's making a brawler now.
I'm okay with it, dude. Platform brawlers are fun as fuck.
Yeah, well, they should be fun, but sometimes they miss the as with the next one we're gonna look at. Sometimes they miss the mark, but like this looks
I
dope though.
heard. So the next one we're gonna look at, I heard is actually pretty solid. It's just the what's the term I'm looking for? God, the production value is just not there in the
Yeah,
next game. Um, but no, this looks like fun. I can't wait till this drops. This looks super interesting. This and like the Warner Brothers like multiverse game,
yeah.
like look the most interesting.
I heard
Um,
multiverses is gonna be at Evo.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
ooh, I can't wait, dude. That's cool as fuck. I'm still on their list. They haven't sent me anything yet, so I'm a little upset. I was hoping to get like invited to their alpha, but whatever. Um,
Don't they know who you are?
they sent me a message back when I signed up. It's like, cool, stay tuned for an alpha invite. They never sent me one, so whatever. Fuck them. I guess I'll just wait till the game comes out and play it like a peasant. Um, next, we got Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. We got some new DLC for Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot, Hugh Neutron from Jimmy Neutron, and Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. We're all going to be playable characters.
Yeah.
Jenny's like interesting because like that's a show nobody talks about anymore.
That show was my shit.
I love the show, dude.
Yeah. XJ9.
Yeah, I loved that show. And it's cool. It's getting some representation now because nobody talks about it anymore.
Yeah, but then, you hear their knockoff theme song playing in this video and you're like, this ain't
Yeah.
what is this? Is because they don't have any of the voices and they don't have any of the music from these original shits. So
Yeah, none of
that's
the original voices are there. The original music's not there. I don't know if there's just like a licensing problem or what, but
it's a
that's the big thing that holds this game back, dude.
the bummer.
Yeah, that's what I meant. According to like some of the big like players out there, it's a really solid game. Like the gameplay is really solid, but the production value is not there. There's no voice acting. There's no alternative costumes for the characters. The licensed music isn't there. It's like some weird like knockoff sound alike music for all the characters. I don't know what's going on with the licensing that they're able to license the character themselves, but not like the voice work or any of the music. That's so weird to me.
Maybe it's just like the budget. Maybe they could do it, but they just don't have the budget to
I don't know, man. Maybe.
fulfill all the contracts or whatever.
Maybe honestly, this could like I think this could like eat Smash's lunch if they just like put the money into it to like really represent the game well. But oh well, whatever. It's a bummer. I
Uh,
wanted to play this because it's only like it's not an expensive game. It's like a $40 game, but now you see why.
yeah, it's $50.
It's $50. Oh
Right,
Jesus.
you can get it right now for 15 on Fanatical on Steam. So
Mm, I don't know.
yeah,
I'm like super burnt out that there's no like voice acting. Like that's like
that was
a
my
huge
yeah,
part of the experience, man. Like that's why I
or
haven't picked it up yet.
or the music or anything.
Yeah, dude, it's a bummer. Even that Cartoon Network game that they had forever ago. What was it? Cartoon Network, like Punch Time or whatever.
I never even
Like
heard of
even
that.
that had. Yeah, you never heard of that? Look that shit up. Cartoon Network. What was it? Punch Time Explosion. Hold on.
Punch Time Explosion.
Punch Time Explosion XL is like their most like latest version. And that game had full voice acting. Actually, maybe not. Hold on. It has like a brawl style like story mode to it. Thought it had voice acting. Hold on.
Yeah, if it doesn't have like a story mode too, that's a problem. Because then you have to like rely on your audience to keep the game going. And from what I understand about the Nickelodeon game is that no one's fucking playing it. You pretty much have to go on the Discord to like get a game set up.
Oh, that's so annoying. That's a bummer. Yeah, I'm watching like a gameplay video for Cartoon Network Punch Time, and like, yeah, there's voice acting. You can hear the characters like talking. That's yep. Okay, yeah. So I was looking through it, and like, there's definitely voice acting on that. So I don't understand why this doesn't have it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um, moving on, we got Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, that is dropping on Nintendo Switch. Online. So you gotta subscribe to their service to play it. So already, I don't care.
um,
This is
this is a
coming from
really good
someone who
game.
likes Kirby 64. I know, I love Kirby 64. I think Kirby 64 is fun as fuck. And if this game was like standalone, I would buy it, but it's not. So
Yeah, I like
fuck
how
me.
they made a whole trailer for an N64 game in 2022, which is crazy.
And the game's not even standalone. You gotta like get
Yeah,
their fucking service to play
yeah.
it.
That's a
Oh,
bummer.
it's
This
so
is a good game.
disappointing. It is. And the worst part is you can buy this on your Wii. Like you're able to buy this game alone on the Wii. That's how I first played it. Like my roommate in college had it, and I never played it before. And so I bought it on Wii, or he had it on Wii, and I played it. And I was like, this game's fucking excellent. And that's when I became a fan of it. And again, you're able to buy standalone then. It was like $10. Like, just let me buy it standalone. I don't understand. Like, do both if you have to, make that service, put that service there. But no, no one would pay for their service. They could just buy the games individually.
N64 is
I'm
like
upset.
where like all my nostalgia is. That's
I have
where
some nostalgia for N64 games. The problem is that a lot of N64 games did not age well. Like,
true, but I don't know. It's the nostalgia for me. It still hits.
I mean, we talked about this before. Their service is not priced competitively for what it's offering. So I'm not going to invest into it anytime soon. No matter how much I like Kirby 64, it's not enough to get me to like pay for their service.
But that's what I'm saying. They're holding these games ransom. They're
I
just being
know.
like, well, if you don't fucking pay us, then you fuck you. That's the only way you're gonna get it
I
legally.
know. It's bullshit. I'll take the piracy. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We got some game releases. We got Deadcraft. That is dropping on PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. Deadcraft is a like farming survival action game. Kind of interesting. I never heard of it before.
It's like a Vita game
Yeah, it looks like a Vita game. It looks Vita as fuck, this
where
game.
there are PlayStation buttons on it. Yeah. Um, Interesting. This actually looks not bad, but
Depends on how much the game costs.
Yeah.
If this game was like $40, go fuck yourself. But never heard of
Here
this before. I'm adding that to my wish list. This game looks interesting.
doesn't say the price. There's a demo on Steam.
We're checking out. I'm adding it to my wish list. I'll check it out. And then we got Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. Ugh. It is a narrative role-playing game. Double down the narrative part of it. It's like a point-and-click adventure almost. I heard about this game like forever ago. You know, it's supposed to like lead into like the Vampire Masquerade game.
Yeah. Looks
And this looks like okay, honestly.
yeah. I mean, it looks like they put some money into it. You know, it's got a lot of it's graphically more superior than most of the other vampire games that have been coming out.
This one's supposed to like, if I remember correctly, lead into like um Bloodlines 2,
Okay.
or at least connect to it somehow, if I remember correctly. So I think that's why there's like more production on here than the other games. The other games were like point and click visual novels, right?
Isn't
Like
that
the
what
ones that they
this
released
is?
before this.
This almost looks like a Telltale.
No, the other ones were like straight visual novels.
Okay. Oh
Like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no 3D assets in the older ones.
yeah,
The ones that released like what, like a year ago, 2 years ago. But this one looks like there's some effort into this.
yeah.
So this might be interesting, but I don't know. $50 is a huge ask for like a narrative heavy game like this one that just focuses on the narrative stuff. That's what people like about the Vampire Masquerade content is the story and world and lore, but I don't know. Like more power to you if this is your type of game. Cool. It's not doing it for me though.
Yeah. It's a no from me, dog.
All right, and that's gonna do it for our show. Everybody, thank you so much. Everyone stuck around with us. Have a slow
Yeah.
week, you know, mostly indie world stuff, but next week we'll have some more stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wasabi, man. Tell the people where they can find us.
Sure. You go to Gameoverse.com. Go to Gameoverse.com/Twitch. Go to Gameoverse.com/YouTube. Gameoverse.com/Discord. Joker jumped in a Discord finally.
Finally.
After winning a bet with his parents to steal things. I feel like that's I don't want to clown his parenting, but
Your parents sound cool as fuck though, dude.
cool, and like, but also it's a bad influence. Probably maybe don't encourage your kid to steal things. I mean, fuck it. It depends on what the restaurant was. It sounds like it was a small restaurant. If it was
Longhorn's a pretty big franchise, so they're fine.
Okay, yeah, then yeah. They can afford it.
Yeah, this isn't a mom and pop shops getting fucked over, so they're cool.
But I finished Tunic. I'm gonna be moving on to some other games now. I've just been I had my nose in Tunic for like a while, man. It was hard to move on. So
Yeah.
finish it. We're moving on. So that's what's gonna happen.
Dope. Everybody be good, be safe, take care of yourself.
Thanks.
Be excellent to each other.